invite the honourable member from Calgary-East with her statement.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm honoured to be able to rise in this House for the first time today as the member from Calgary-East to respond to the speech from the throne. I'd like to thank Her Honour, the Lieutenant Governor, for the remarks brought to this chamber. I'd also like to congratulate you, Madam Speaker, on your election to this Assembly. I believe the Assembly will benefit from your wisdom, experience, and you've been doing a great job so far. I also congratulate my colleagues on both sides of the chamber for your election to this House. We've been entrusted through democratic elections the great privilege of representing our constituents, the people of Alberta. And if the caliber debate today and yesterday was indication, I think we're really off to a fabulous start. I also want to thank the Premier for the opportunity to rise in this House to speak to the people and the priorities of Calgary-East. I'm so thrilled to be able to represent the communities of Calgary-East. These include Marlborough, Marlborough Park, Pembroke, Radisson Heights, Albert Park, Mayland Heights, Forest Heights, and my neighbourhood, Southview. I chose to move to Southview 6 years ago because of its close proximity to downtown, great parks, mature trees, access to transit, and walkability. There's a plethora of fabulous restaurants, and let's face it, as a young family, there were affordable houses there. The people of Calgary-East are diverse and largely working class. Many work in the trades, transport, and in sales and service. Nearly a third are recent immigrants to Canada. They speak English, Cantonese, Mandarin, Vietnamese, Punjabi, Spanish, Khmer, Tagalog, French, and many others. Many are small business owners. On the doorsteps during the elections, they told me they were concerned about making ends meet and about everybody having a fair shot at success. They were concerned about access to quality education for their children and quality care for seniors. The people in my riding are excited about a $15 an hour minimum wage. This will do so much to ease the burden on new Canadians and single mothers who disproportionately fill low-wage jobs in our communities. The priorities laid out in the throne speech are the priorities of the people of Calgary-East. Stable, predictable funding for schools so parents know their kids will have the supports they need. A fair, progressive tax system. We can all benefit from the wealth in this province. People I met on the doors spoke of the need to ensure a prosperous future for their children and for a government that would work to reduce the growing inequality that we face. They voted for a government that would provide these things. They voted NDP. It's a riding that is historically an NDP riding, as much as that's possible in Calgary. Parts of Calgary-East were represented by both Bob Hawksworth and Barry Pashak. And many folks I ran into door knocking referred to the late 80s as the good old days. In his maiden speech, Mr. Hawksworth said that he and Mr. Pashak were only the first of many NDP MLAs to be elected from Calgary. Well, it's been a long time coming, but I'm happy to be here with my colleagues from Calgary to fulfill Bob's bold prediction. The people I represent are passionate volunteers who are active in their community associations. They're creating safer and more inclusive communities, and they're working to foster relationships across cultural lines. They're building opportunities for youth, creating spaces for arts, forwarding poverty reduction strategies, helping new Canadians, and promoting local businesses. Some of these organizations include Momentum, the 12 Community Safety Initiative, Calgary Immigrant Education Society, the Calgary Centre for Newcomers, and the Cornerstone Youth Centre. At the heart of our riding is 17th Avenue Southeast, or International Avenue, and its motto is around the world in 35 blocks. I'm not sure there's anywhere else in Calgary that you can eat dinner in an Eritrean restaurant, or Vietnamese restaurant, or Ethiopian restaurant, then head over to deserted German bakery, and then finish off your night with some karaoke at a Filipino bar. The 17th Avenue BRZ has worked tirelessly over the years to promote our area and has some amazing plans for improvements in the future. They're working towards the eventual improvement of International Avenue into a multimodal boulevard with dedicated transit lanes, wide safe sidewalks, and bike lanes. The BRZ and community have worked tirelessly to propel the area into the award-winning vision that was brought forward a number of years ago through the International Avenue Design Initiative. The improvements are much needed, as the street is central to the 50,000 residents that live near the avenue. Other projects to reduce poverty are underway, and a positive step in the right direction is work that the communities have brought forward on limiting payday loan lenders. The interest on these loans can be a huge burden and contributing factor to the incidence of poverty, and this is a piece of work that I will continue to work on at a provincial level. Now, there is still much work to be done. Reading through the past speeches of Mr. Hawksworth, Mr. Pashak, and Mr. Amory, I see that my riding's issues have not changed much in 40 years. We still have high numbers of children living in poverty, high numbers of constituents without high school educations, and there is still issues with crime in the area. I have much hope, though, that in cooperation with the community groups that we've mentioned, our new NDP government can make a difference. We can initiate plans that will bring all stakeholders together to create a pathway to success to ensure that these are not still issues 40 years from now. In the past, Calgary-East has seemingly been a footnote in the considerations of various levels of government. It is my intention and my passion to change that. It is my passion to change Calgary-East from being a footnote to becoming a headline. Our focus on education, poverty reduction, and fairness, as mentioned in the drone speech, will make my riding a better place for all of its residents. I got into politics for a few reasons. As a teacher in the Calgary Public Board, I was tired of the lack of care paid to education by the previous government. I was tired of larger class sizes, less education assistance, less prep time, and less support for the 70% of my students with ESL needs. As a scientist and social justice advocate, I was tired of a government that always put the priorities of industry over those of the environment and our First Nations brothers and sisters. I was tired of unnecessary attacks on our working people. I think Mr. Hawksworth put it well in his maiden speech when he said, "I want a society where quality education opportunities are available to all Alberta children, regardless of the economic circumstances of their home environment, where people are valued for being people, not simply valued for what they produce or what they earn. I want a society which recognizes the true value of labor and its ability to give expression and meaning to the human soul." The NDP also runs in my blood. My grandfather, Alan Bush, ran against Grant Notley in 1968. He did lose that race and was subsequently run out of Grand Prairie, which is why I grew up on Vancouver Island and not in Alberta. But his passion for social democracy, or democratic socialism lived on. I want to take this opportunity to thank my amazing husband and partner who helped me tirelessly on my campaign, shares my vision for the future of Alberta, and is at home right now with our 2 small children. I'm so lucky to have his unwavering support.
Good job.
I'm so proud to be part of this new NDP government that is breathing life into politics in this province. A government committed to caring for our air and our water. A government committed to investing in the future through education. A government committed to reducing inequality. As the mother of young children, just 10 months and 2.5 years, to have a ministry for the status of women is no small thing. And I'm very hopeful that Ledge Daycare is forthcoming. I'm truly grateful and humbled to have the opportunity to represent the people of Calgary-East. I thank them for the trust that they've placed in me. Calgary-East and Alberta are amazing places to live, and I promise to work tirelessly for you with the NDP government to make them even better. Thank you very much.